Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll. I'm your host, David Tear, where I've been featuring my personal top 3,000 list of what I roughly consider the top 3,000 songs of the rock era from 1954 to 1999. Today, I'm up to song number 2935, and that one is Everyone's a Winner by Hot Chocolate. Hot Chocolate was kind of a soul and funk group from England. Here's a picture of the band. They got started in 1968. I believe they're still around. They broke up a few times, but they were biggest in the 70s. Like I said, they were kind of a soul and funk band, and that later got kind of turned into disco. I guess that was a big reason they were popular in the 70s. But yeah, they had. I think they were more popular in England than they were in America. They had. I learned that they actually had a hit song every year during the 70s, from 1970 to 1980. They had a hit song in the UK every year during that period. But they had a few big hits in America. Five top 40 hits in all. I think three of them went top 10. Their top 10 hits were Emma in 74. I think that went to number eight. Their biggest hit was You Sexy Thing. It was a hit in 1976. That one went all the way to number two. And Everyone's a Winner, the one I'm featuring today, went to number six. So they were a sort of big band in America, but not one of the biggest. I like their music. I mean, I don't know. I kind of like their funky sound. I mean, it is a little simplistic, and I know a lot of people hate the song "You Sexy Thing." It's a pretty sexist song. I remember when it came out. Basically, he's just bragging about the fact that he's got a girlfriend that he's having sex with, and pretty sleazy song, I guess. But it was their biggest hit. Everyone's a Winner, I guess, was a little bit more civil than that one. Kind of a similar theme. But I kind of like the message of the title, Everyone's a Winner. Um, what they're basically saying is, when you're in a love relationship, when you're making love to someone, it's win-win. I mean, obviously you're enjoying the sex and she is too, hopefully, if you're doing it right. And that's kind of the philosophy behind the Kama Sutra. This is an ancient Indian kind of sex manual. I don't know how old it is, probably about 2,000 years old. And I remember, my last relationship, my girlfriend actually told me to buy a copy of it before we made love for the first time, and it helped. I mean, I hadn't really thought about pleasing my lover before, but the more you please her, the more you get pleased. I just thought I'd throw that out. And another thing along that line of thinking, I don't know how many of you guys have seen the movie In Like Flint with James Coburn. It was kind of a James Bond spoof movie. I really like it. It came out in 1967, and we all know that James Bond's supposed to be a guru with women. I mean, no woman can resist him, and that's how he ends up kind of saving the West, because he kind of defoils the plots of the sinister villains who are trying to overthrow the Western world. I mean, it is fiction, but there's an interesting line in this movie. In like Flint, which is basically he's supposed to be basically an American version of James Bond. And this is a funny movie because, like I said, it's a little bit of a James Bond spoof. There's an evil organization called Zowie or Zoe. I don't know how you pronounce it. Zowie. I don't even remember what they stood for. It was an acronym for something or other. But it was run by these women, these beautiful women, and their mission was to try to brainwash all the women in the world. To take over the world and have the world run by women. Kind of I mean, pretty sexist plot, I guess, but it was the 60s. But what I found interesting, the woman on the right, she was this beautiful blonde on the right. She was the kind of the head of Zowie. She was in charge of the whole mission. And, the girls on the left were his girls. They were the good girls, I guess, part of his organization. Of course, he was sleeping with all of them. But, here they are in cellophane. They're about to be free, frozen, and woken up 100 years in the future. I guess Zoe was using cryogenics or something. But the woman on the right, the evil one, she's telling James Comer about their mission. But there's an interesting scene in the movie. I don't remember if it was before or after this scene. He knows she's evil. He knows that Zoe's a really evil organization, and they're planning on taking over the world. But he comes up to her, and I guess he is irresistible, like James Bond. And there's a scene where he's doing a delicate operation with her, and he obviously seduces her. And she asks him, "What's your secret with women?" And I thought it was really interesting what he said. My secret is very simple. He says, I don't compete with them, which is kind of the philosophy of the Kama Sutra, if you think about it. And I mean, in love, you're both, it's win-win, like I said. So I think that's kind of the message of the title, Everyone's a Winner. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Hope I haven't offended anybody. But anyway, that's my profile on Everyone's a Winner by Hot Chocolate. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.